Hello, everyone. Matt, welcome in, Matt 1997 Air, welcome in. Folks, it seems like an eternity since I streamed last. Wow, and it's only been just about 4 days, so wow, does it just kind of just move along. Well, as you can tell, folks, we are in some place that has these little bumps in the ground. We're going to pick up where we left off with Virtual American. Out here at, well, it's 37 miles from, but it's called Vail, Colorado. Actually, the name of the airport's Eagle County. You can find it on the map by going to Kilo Echo Golf Echo, KEGE, Vail, Colorado. Oh, sorry. I always seem to do that every time I go that way. So, but anyway, we got the Toliss A319 on the line. We're going to see if we can finally get past our bad landings with this plane. Wow, they've been kind of on the horrible side lately. One thing though, after the last stream we did, folks, it'll be coming out on YouTube in a day or two. I think I figured out, well, one, we figured it out in flight. I think I'm still keeping speed up too much is why we're having a hard time with it. Two, I got a feeling it's these sharklets. After that stream offline, I decided let's just see. So I switched into the what's called fences, which are the small little, what look like little add-ons to the wing at the end, are nothing like these, and a perfect flight. So I got a feel, and I've heard these can cause, they do make it just a little different of a plane to fly. So ToLiss found a way to make that happen for us. So first off, let's get the jetway up to the plane. I'm pretty sure the people don't want that long jump and then the long jump into the plane. It'd be fun to watch. But anyway, so we'll be hopping in the cockpit here in just a second. I just need a little more coffee. Hence why I'm running a little behind, folks. Yeah, we had another long night at the airport. Thankfully, not the airline's fault. It is what happens at airports, folks. So, and in security. So anyway, we're in the office now. So hang on a second here. We'll bring up Sim Toolkit, brief the flight, and head on from there. American's one of your favorite. Well, folks, if you're looking to join a virtual airline, I'm going to tell you. Now, I preface this like I do with Piedmont. You better, I shouldn't say you better. This airline is tailored to the pilot um, who's ready to, you know, really fly pretty close to real. And I don't mean, oh yeah, I always fly like real, man. I'm always on VATSIM and I always do it right. Nah, you better be ready with those words because they're going to back them up with the software they have. You bounce, you might get, it'll pass, but it might take a little bit for it to pass. It's really, I kind of, I didn't know how I was going to like it at first when I saw all of the, um, I don't want to, what is it? Not requirements, but all of the, well, we'll call them requirements for PIREP to pass through safely. And by the way, folks, I've had a hard time here lately because I can't get these doggone Airbuses to land pretty decent for them. But we did pull off a couple good landings in other aircraft for them. It's the Airbus's turn. So if you're into that, though, folks, if you're into the only thing I think I see in them that's not real, other than if you turn on or turn off the failures, that's on you. But airline wise, is they don't require bidding yet. Now I've heard little rumblings they're looking to something some way somehow. I know an airline that used to virtually bid, not the way my father did with the airline he was with. So, but it is a system called bidding. And I'll be interested to see if they pull something off with this. So, but anyway, virtual, you know what? I didn't even hit the enter button. There we go. Virtual American Airlines, pretty new. Been out, oh, I don't know what I've been with them, about 4 or 5 months, 6 months. So they're pretty new. V1 Simulations is one of those behind it, not the, but he's been seen flying on it quite a bit. Same with Virtual Piedmont and Spirit. So really an interesting, but folks, I can't stress enough, if you're not into rules, maybe that's the word I was looking for, being bogged down by you got to do this, you got to fly this, you got to do this, you can't fly. For instance, I'll give you one of the can'ts. You can't fly the new Toliss A320 Neos. American doesn't have them. And I went, yes, they do. No, they don't. Actually, no, they don't. So they're down to that, and in some cases, even down to liveries and all. So, yeah, if you're into that or you're looking for that, check them out. You never know. You may like them. Doesn't cost you anything to check them out other than, oh my gosh, do I got to work on that? So, but I really enjoy flying with them. It's sometimes a challenge. I mean, you really, the way their software, I mean, it's amazing to see what their software can record in just your landings, let alone, I mean, it's mind-boggling from when I used to run a virtual airline way back when. I think they still had Firestones on trucks, but they were actually stone tires. But I'm not sure. It could have been. So if that's what you like, folks, I'm warning you ahead of time. You got, you can't sit there and go, well, that's just not right. Well, then that's not the kind of airline for you, unless it's something where they're flagrantly doing something, which I have not seen of them. So, but I mean, you've got to understand this is going to be an airline that expects you to fly the right type of plane with the right type of livery on the flights that you choose. And they give you a broad spectrum of aircraft to fly per flight. And folks, they've got a pretty realistic American Airlines schedule. And it's kept up to date, along with some other Easter eggs hidden behind the curtain for you to open up. So anyway, enough on that. But yeah, I love Virtual American. I love flying for them. All the virtual airlines I fly with here are really good. Just some, you got to be ready. You're going to have a rule. You're going to actually have a rule book. I mean, actually, it's called a pilot's operating handbook. Oh, anyway, I just know you just got to be ready for that, folks. And some people aren't, but they have a great atmosphere there. Always a bunch of people flying, always a bunch of people in the Discord channels and whatnot to help you out. Just a great bunch of people. So, anyway, and I hope that helps me out on this landing now, guys, that you might allow me to get it passed through without getting it flagged red. I didn't think so. All right. So, folks, we're, like I said, on the ground here at Eagle. So let's pull Sim Toolkit up here. Actually, I'm going to get rid of a couple things on here as the passengers begin to meander to the gate before they meander into our aeroplane. Sim Toolkit. All right. Ooh, St. Louis, look what's in our future here soon. I think they talked about that for tomorrow morning. Looking mean out there. Storm chasers, hope you're loving it in Kansas, Oklahoma, and maybe Nebraska. I thought when you look down on those maps of the U.S., when you see the satellites, Why can't I see the state lines? Aren't they actually on the ground? Anyway, yeah, I know. So here's where we're going. Here's where we're going. And weather-wise, it looks beautiful here. Oh, it is beautiful. Look at that. No clouds. 10 miles visibility. 17 degrees here. Celsius. And I mean, just outright beautiful day here in Eagle/Vail, Colorado. All right, down here in the good old town of Big D, Dallas. Winds are south. Obviously, we're going to be landing in south operations here. Scheduled 18 right. I may keep with it. The flight today, I think, is going, believe it or not, we're going to be flying pretty close to the real time of the real flight, which that was not intentional, by the way. Just now happened. I happened to look it up and went, oh, wow, that's going to be pretty close to when we fly. So, but 10 miles, scattered layer at 2,100 feet. So ceiling-wise, we're fine because the ceiling is set at 25,000 broken. So 27 degrees down there in the Big D. And yeah, again, another beautiful day. Could be some rain popping up from the south as you see down here. But we'll deal with that as we go. All right, 113 people signed a non-disclosure agreement saying they will not sue Flying with Mike for the horrible flying we do. Got 25,990 pounds of payload and 119,161 pounds of zero fuel weight. Okay, after which we're going to put 15,154 into tanks. We're going to cruise with a cruise index, or cost index, sorry, of 27. Takes into weather, airline requirements for the flight. If it looks like it's going to get out early, they don't have to push the plane as hard. So they can, again, a lot of what we do here, folks, is saving wear and tear on the biggest cost item on that airplane besides the people in the airplane. Those engines. Those engines go out, then the biggest item in the airplane, those people, this is, yeah, you know where that might lead. So yeah, it's a whole lot of factors that come to make that number 27. And then we're coming out of Eagle, we'll be up at 37. All right, so there you go, folks. That is our flight today. So let's get into it, shall we? All right, so we have the aircraft, as you can tell, on power. It's actually a flight. Matter of fact, this is the only flight Eagle County gets with American going from Dallas to here and back. I think it's one a day. So maybe, and usually I think they're a little bigger airplanes, but we're going to do the 319 because American will allow me to fly my little 319. So we're just going to start down the checklist I have here and make sure everything's ready to go. So first thing, though, I want to do is start fueling the airplane. That does take a little bit. So we'll come down here to the mechanic station. And I did say that properly, mechanic. All right, so 15. Oh, we're going the wrong way. And we said 15. 154. Okay, we'll go ahead and request the fuel. And I like to see it come up here on the, what do they call it? EWD. And I wish I could find, warning display. But I can't figure out equipment. No, I can't right off the top of my head, folks. Still a little late night, not a lot of sleep at shift last night before I got home, and still really not a lot of sleep. So I'm not even going to try the E. Feel free to fill me in over here in the chat. All right, so we're starting the refuel process. We'll go ahead and put the PAX number in here as well. And we are running, we said, with 113. Okay, real quick, the double got minuses and pluses. Okay, the single ones will move at one number. The doubles, I think, in tens. Yeah, in tens. So you can get to it a little quicker. And then we'll hit the load, unload button. And then let's head over here and see how that translates. Now, this is the EFB on the plane. So not a real plane on the ToLiss plane. So if you come in here, you can see our passengers. This is what we're shooting for fuel. Is that the right zero fuel weight? Let's see. Reset to current. All right, so it looks like we're going to need to throw some cargo in because we need to. I want to make sure of that number. Something doesn't look right. Hang on. 119-161. Okay, yeah, that's the right number. Okay. So we're going to throw some cargo on. Hang on. Let's get that $1 million calculator we have that I bought from Walmart. Well, the airline spent $1 million on this calculator. I spent $2. You know, it's kind of like the Air Force back in the day when I was in, you know, buying screwdrivers and hammers for $35,000 a pop. 4,200 pounds. Holy mackerel, we're way off. All right, let's see what we're going to have to do here. Well, there's one thing. We're going to try something here. I don't like going this route, but you know what? This may be the perfect time. Oh, it may not be fully up to speed yet. Let's get the fuel in. Just happened to notice it's still climbing and shows refueling. And if you go outside, folks, look, they even have a nice little eye candy fuel truck for you. Now I'm waiting. ToLiss says, I don't know when, but eventually they plan to bring some of the eye candy of the Neo to the 319. Probably will go to the 321 first, but it'll be neat to see it when it comes. And oh, I think it's done. And let's see if how he disappears. I'll bet. Oh, look at that eye candy! It drives away. Better than most. Should disappear. There he goes. You know, that's better than most. Most just boop and gone. So cool. All right. So we're full. Let's go back over here and see what it shows us at. Well, that didn't help. 113. All right, so we're going to put 4,200 pounds on. All right. Let's go to page 4. It made a mistake. Hey, no, not this. I made it. I need 119. I hit the some button on my calculator and everything went wacko. And, you know, that's what you get for $2. Or you could, you know, depending on your taste, you can say, well, that's what happens when you buy from Walmart. All right, so we got 4,000. We need Let's see what that brought us up to. Oh, that's nice. Works for me, guys. All right, so there you go. So here's what we got. We got our 113. You saw us loaded over there. Got our cargo, which we weren't planning, but now we have. And then there's our fuel, subject to change. Okay, so that now allows us in our checklist to continue on. Let's get that APU cranking up for the people. Sure, they're back there going, oh, it's just so nice. Could someone please open a window? Wouldn't that be fun in an airplane to be able to open a window? Flap open.
CC7 Island B, go down.
Uh-oh, somebody's in the house. Let's go see who we got while we're getting this APU going. Okay, why is my computer... There it goes. Mister. Bad attitudes in the house, folks. Yes, you do probably fly there. American only appears to have one, maybe two flights out of Dallas, and that's it. Well, again, barring that they do have everything right on the timetable. And I just wanted to try it out, folks. I've heard it's a little tricky of an approach. It was. Yeah, it was an interesting end to here. Now let's see what we can do to get out of here. So that I think it's more Aspen that's the one that's trickier because I think it's a one-way in, one-way out. But welcome in, Bad Attitude. Hope life is treating you well. All right, so continuing on. So the flap levers are up, speed brakes are down. It's kind of like driving on a parkway and parking on a driveway. Probe heats, they're up here, and they should look like this, folks, dark. That is what the on, or in this case, auto position looks. But you would be able to turn them on, see like that. Okay, they're on, and speed brakes, probe heat, APU bleed, on. Cross bleeds, set to auto, and let's set the cabin for now, and double check it real quick. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. Get it cooling down here. Then we'll open her up for loading and we'll be out of here. All right, so let's get this done quickly. Air conditioning panel set, temp set, gen faults are there. Pre-flight procedure ADIRS coming on. Nav 1 on battery is on. IR2 in the line and on battery. You really do want to see that switch, folks, in the real world. It's a real thing here. If you actually lose the generators on this aircraft and the APU generator, because a smart pilot would reach for the APU real quick, now what are you going to do to know where you are? That's why you want to make sure it works when you're on your battery. At least to get them out that last position report if you're, so they can kind of follow you in and they can track you and all that good stuff. That's the bad part of flying. It happens sometimes, rarely, thankfully, but it can happen. All right, so we got the ADIRS, the strobes are at auto, we're on nav 2. Seatbelts for now will stay off until we're ready to push back. Auto for the fuel, emergency lights armed. We've tested our annunciator lights. That's all these little light bulbs and all here, all over the panel. Make sure they work. Dome lights off. We're in auto for the elevation. And I lost my place. Pack flow again is auto. Oh wait, no, it's in, let's see, we're 113. Let me check my thing here. So, the Citation X. That's a great plane. I like flying that. I haven't flown it again in a while. Less than 115 go low. Well, we're high altitude, so never mind. Yeah, that's a cool plane. Let's see. Okay, we got those fuel pumps. Let's bring those on. And we've checked our fire. Radio 3 shows data. 1 and 2 on. Gear levers down. 3 green. And the anti-skid nose wheel steering switch is on. One other switch I do want to switch on. Captain Purse. All right, all working good. Let's get that McDo fired up, shall we? All right, so current RNAC. The only bad thing with Airbus, it doesn't give you the valid dates of what 2304 is. Not even sure if there's a way to go in and find out, but anyway, I do know we have probably another 10 days or so before an update, maybe 15. So yeah, we got a little ways to go on that. So we go to init request. It's going to put the flight plan here and our alternate and route. Then it's going to do the IRF with our flight number, and then we can align the IRS and all of that with temperatures, tropos, and all of that. All right, so we clear that. Get over to this one and clear that one. Alrighty. Now, let me pull up charts, and I'm going to show you why. You can actually, it's actually not hard anymore. And it, so far, hasn't been a problem for me. I can go to the chart. Here's the airport. 1 through 3, there's our coordinates. And I can actually load this pretty easily. I haven't tried this in Zibo. It's coming up here soon in a flight, so. All right, so 39, 38.4. So we'll try the down arrow to 0.4. Latitude set. Longitude 106.54. 0.9, right? Yeah, 0.9. So 106.54.9, 39, 38.4. Okay, folks, with this put in, what that did is it took you from the actual, what FAA says is the airport's location, and narrowed it right down to gates 1 through 3. So you're now narrowed down even tighter on that where you're at. Align, winds, and I just do the wind request, get them all real quick. Make sure the next phases have something, okay. And then from here, I think we go to the F plan page. Yep. And there you go, folks. It's already put your flight plan in. All we got to do is put in the SID and the star and the runways. Okay, so we're going departure. Runway 25. Apres to RUBAY. Apres to RUBAY. So we depart 25, SID is Apres 2, transition RUBAY. Insert. Switch. All right. Now you can pretty much see our route, and I just want to make sure. Oh, that's right. These are directs. That's right. This is a pretty much direct routing. So let's kind of zoom in here to get all of these up here so we can get the COORZ and then down. All right, so we come off one little bit tighter. There we go. Come on, give me the name. There we go. On low, we got on low. A-E-R-O, Zibdu, S-C-Y-K-E-L, over here. So let's kind of pull this in. Let me see how well you're seeing that. I always have to move it. There we go. And you can watch it on the chart there. Then we go to suffer. You know, the lawn darts, they're a neat plane. I just don't really get into them that much. You know, I guess I'm just a cheesy bus and 737 driver. I really just don't get into those, but they are kind of neat. I've flown them a few times back in Century of Flight. Granted, actually they were pretty decent panels back then. And they were free, which was awesome. But you know, they were an interesting little breed of airplane. And actually still going. That's the scary part. They're going to be like B-52s, I think, in the airline world. All right, so Ypres, Zlop, and Perez. Again, walking our way through it. And then RUBAY. That's the end of the star, folks. Let me just come out because there isn't much from here to the end. So we go from RUBAY to COORZ to MDANO. And that starts the Victory 2 arrival. Okay, so you can kind of see it here. It's just a long 443 direct run to MDANO. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and bring it up because that's quite a bit. Come on, chart. There we go. Where's MDANO? There it is. All right, so we're going to be coming from this fix, working our way down. So it's the, here we go. Click DFW. Arrival this time. 18 right is what we ended up planned with. Now, the aircraft is going to C-28 in the real world. If I end up on 18 right, I'm going to end up in the D gates, which is really more international than anything. But it's a lot quicker taxi than going all the way around all the semaphores to get there. Hemispheres. All right, so we're looking for Victory. There it is. All right, now we're going to... Ooh, I need to get that on here. Hang on a second. Let me clear this real quick. We're doing the 18 right. 18 right. Well, that doesn't make it pretty hard to figure out how we're going to fly this. We're going to do the ILS. So basically what they're saying is you look over here, these vias, this is what we're talking about. So how you read this, and this is what I like about Airbus, it actually puts it up for you to understand. So we're landing on runway 18 right on the ILS via either no or Eichel on the Victra 2 arrival transition MDANO. And that will get to next page. All right, I really like how that's set up. And I'm going to go ahead and go with Eichel, even though We may or may not. And see, here's your transitions that bring you into it. Hang on. Add. And we can get rid of that. And let's bring up Victor. There it is. I call it the Victory 2 arrival. MDANO arrival. So we're going to put in MDANO over here. So again, ILS for runway 18, ICL, Victory, MDANO. Can't get any better than that. Hit the insert and boom, look at it, clear it in. All right, so we'll just step it through. Belfer, H-Hull, Letten, what do we got here? Zobv and Victor will be when I click up. All right, then we're going to look for Z-Man, probably FAP. Now, I am going to leave this in here. This, in the Boeing world, you would only see this line. Manual just means you're vectoring with a discontinuity. So it's simple to resolve in Boeing's world. You just click here, move it up, it's gone. Here, if you wanted to close the gap up to ICL, you would just clear this, clear that with the clear button. Okay, we're going to leave it for now. And then there's our ILS, there's our missed approach. And if we need to get to Oklahoma City, this is the routing. We would actually I can go into the sim brief documents I have, put the route in, fill it in, and we're good to go. We're running a little behind here, so we're going to get going. If I need to, I'll fill it in either en route or on the go. But basically, just so you know what it is, I'll let me clear charts out of here, actually. Clear that first. All right, and then center us. All right, so there you go, folks. We'll get rid of charts now. And continue on here. Oh, I wanted to let you know the routing. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Didn't want to sneeze in your ears. All right, so if we have to, we'll take the Belco 8 departure, Zima, to the TS Del 3 arrival into Oklahoma City. Runways we do not have here, so we'd have to look at D8s and all to get that set up. And that's another reason why I don't. All right, so pushing that over. Next up is the RADDAV page. Okay, we've got the ILS back in here if we need it. Hopefully we don't, so we'll be able to continue on. Back to the init page. And then we're going to click the right arrow to put us on the B. You got A and B. This is your weight and zero fuel weight, block weight. And what I like to do it every time, folks. I think I have not done that in, okay, so 9.1. Okay, that's a little disheartening. Why is my fuel not where I want it? All right, hang on. We're going to ease up the fuel again, I guess. Yeah, they must have really shorted us because comes the, that is just too cool. I am glad to, you know, I did not know that eye candy was there. All right, so we're going to be a little delayed out of here. So we're going to make sure our numbers are right here. See, our numbers were right here for the fuel. But they weren't here, and that's what was weird. All right, let me see what happens when I hit. I'm not, is it still out there? All right, well, we'll go with it. 119, that should really be 1. We'll go with these numbers. They look good. So now we're going on to the perf page. Again, a couple ways you can do this. You can do set this page up as a backup. You've got an 89, almost 9,000 foot runway for takeoff. However, folks, you are, let me pull up the chart. 6,500 feet MSL. That's why we're still on normal, and I'm going to double check if I might need to go to high on my flow. So, with all of this, let's pull up. Just getting a quick look here at the METAR. 3005, 3008. It's now 3005. Wait a minute. Before I start messing with it. 1756. Okay, that's within the hour, so. Temperature, I think, was 20. It is 20. Winds 260 at 20. Okay, and anti-ice should be off. Yeah, we'll keep it off. Takeoff weight, CG, that's good. We are not going to flex. You know what? Let's try both and see which one we like. Air conditioning on. Let's do it. All right, so if we decide to flex, our stop margin is 3,500 feet, leaving us 500 feet. Not bad. And we're flexing at what temperature? 48. You know what? We're going to go with it. All right. So that gives us what we're going to do here. Now you can also go this one. Bring that in, and then all of a sudden you'll put in your winds, which was not 2.5, Mike. 260. Diagonal 20. Yeah. It always does that to me. I'm not sure if it's going to hold it this time around. Old Fly Guy 70, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. We sure appreciate you coming on board. All right. Flex takeoff. I always have problems. There we go. I was doing it all. I was doing it right. I just didn't realize I was doing it right. Okay, so we're looking at here, folks. Little different information will go with this. 131, 136, 138, flexing at 47 degrees. And then we don't know how to calculate these, but if you're in Europe, Black Box 711 has a great site to go to his, and he has those formulas working and updating, so you're a little bit more realistic, but it's for the sim, we're in great shape. All right, so we're set to go there. And that should be the last step here. It sure is. So it is time, folks, for the pushback here. So let me head over. Oh, why are you doing this? Oh, come on. Great. It did it again. It's somehow locked up. Why does it do this? I can't get the screen to move. Really? All right, playing anytime now. Oh, man, I love when it does this to me. I think I know what was causing it. Think I now know. Let me try it now. Yep, okay. What it was is, remember folks, I went in here and clicked on some of these to get these numbers set. If you don't click over here or click on it so the cursor comes out, it actually sticks in there. And that's annoying as all get out. Just takes me a couple seconds to get these old brain cells to fire to get it right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign on. All right, so last things in the checklist, folks, here, and I promise we're out of here. Altimeter, let's just get right in the middle here. As I believe we had a change in it. 3005. Okay. And then want to make sure your flight directors are on. Let's go ahead and turn LS on and constraints, both sides. Then make sure your speed and heading are in what are called managed. And you know when they're in managed, they have dots. Okay, so they're set to go. The only thing not set to go is the altitude. And I don't see any restrictions, so I'm taking us all the way up to 37. All right, and I don't think we have ATC. Oh, you know what? I don't think I'm online. Okay, slight delay. Oh, I hate filling these out. Okay, I think I have everything set to go. File the flight plan. It's in there. Connecting. AAL 1341, which is an A319. Folks, we're going to be on VATSIM here in just a moment. There we go. And we'll continue this checklist now, after I get the ACARS program up and running.
Aspen traffic, experimental 904 Tango, 15 miles, north-northwest, inbound on the localizer, runway 15 Aspen.
All right, and the ACARS program is doing its thing. All right, final checks here. Anti-skid nose wheel steering switch on. Transponder set. Let me get this CDU here to progress to legs. F plan. Take off. Okay. Down here. $2,000. We're good. And there we go. All right, let's get out of plan here, back into ARC. And I'm going to actually drop it a little so I can try to fly the line here a little better. All right, we're ready for pushback, folks. So let's close these doors up. And let's rid the jetway. We'll check it here in a second. And let's before we do this, let's come on. Let's see, APU's running. Okay. Now we'll come back down. Okay, everything's closed. We're ready for better pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Oh, crud. Hang on a second, folks. We're going 2-5, so I'm going to need to face... Okay.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Beacons. All right, we are just awaiting our tow. And yes, they drive through fences, they drive through jet bridges and vehicles, probably people too, buildings and everything. Better pushback is on its way. Oh, man.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Clear to connect. While he's doing all that fun stuff, I'm getting some screens ready for while we're in cruise. Ooh, that's a nasty looking line. Oh, it's going to go north of St. Louis probably, unless it does the famous dive down the river. Okay, we're about ready to push, folks. Engine start in this plane is simple.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, real quick, what we'll do when we start the engines, move our mode selector to, here, let me switch into that view. Over here to ignition start, and then we'll start 2, and then we'll start 1. Brakes off. Face
Start
north.
pushback. And you may start engines.
Actually, I guess it would be faced west.
Aspen traffic, experimental niner 4 Tango, runway 15 in sight, 2 mile final Aspen.
Okay, coming up with the air pressure. As I say, I did remember the chocks. I did this once. I'm like, why aren't we moving? All right, so here we go. Engine 2, moving that up, master switch to on. That's it, folks. And I mean, Boeing's no different. You just turn to crank, wait for it, put the fuel up. Here, you just turn it over, we'll call it crank. I can't because there is actually a crank on it. To ignition start, move the switch, boom, we're done. Pretty simple, huh? Speaking of which, the engine is spooling up. What we're looking for up here on this gauge right here is a Vail. Once we get that word, folks, you're then cleared to fire up number 1. Or unless you want to wait for the tow, to stop. I don't know if that's airline procedures, pilot, preference. I don't know, but some people wait and do it then. Or airport, who knows? And I know some aircraft, some crews, some airlines have them taxi on one engine. So, and then when they get to the end, they have to ump up
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
the engine up to get that one to start. Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
So we are not going to do a single engine taxi. Mainly because I don't know really yet how to do a single engine start in this plane. I mean, how to do the fire the second engine up out there. Having a hard enough time trying to figure out when I have to do my own cross bleeds and all of that. Okay, engine 1 is building up. And what was our temperature again here?
Tow is disconnected and
20
bypass pin
degrees.
has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thanks for flying with Mike. All right. We got in a Vail, so we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and start the chrono here, and we're going to continue on. So basically, we just bring the mode selector back to norm. See how you have ignition start, then crank over. That's why I said I can't use the word crank too much here, because there is an actual position. I'm going to go ahead and move that over 1. Yeah, let's go ahead and just get it set. That way I don't forget. All right. Moving on up. APU bleed off. Ground spoilers. We are going to check to make sure our passengers aren't going, oh, it's just too cold back there. Just too cold. Okay. Off. Pitch trim. All right. Now this is something I do like. Now, Boeing has a variant to this, but this I really like. Go to the F control page. Right there is your pitch trim, folks. and it's 4 up. Now you could, at the same time, even though we do this normally taxiing, you can do it right now while the page is up. Okay. All right, and then we'll all right, temperatures, where were they? This one. Oh yeah, they're gonna be a little, we need some warmth back here. Could I have a pillow? Let's see, APU master off. Slides armed. Okay, nose wheel, okay, starting the elapsed time. Okay, we're just about to 3 minutes. And I'm starting to find out why, especially I've been having here lately, where it keeps coming up, engines aren't warmed up yet. So elapsed time, brakes, flight controls, FMA, nav, climb, all set. Yep, that's these right here. You're all set. And auto brake. Here we go, folks. Better late than never. All right. All right, we are on the move, folks. We are going to take this next exit here and get on Charlie all the way, no wait, Alpha all the way up to the end of the runway for departure. All right, here we go, folks, as we taxi out here in the Rocky Mountains, 6,500 feet MSL. Now that's really only half the distance to where I'm aiming for down in South America again, back to El Alto, and then do some running through Bolivia where they're 8 to 10,000 foot runway or MSL height to the runways. So not complicated arrivals at all by any stretch. They're pretty much long straight ins. Maybe not as long as Los Angeles, but they got a pretty good length to them. But it's just, well, El Alto's the highest international airport, folks, in the world. 13,000 MSL. Not the highest airport, international airport. So, difference. Little difference, not much, but it's enough of a difference to delineate. All right, let's get those flight attendants, them wacky flight attendants behind us in their seats. Seatbelts on. Okay. Double check that nobody decided to come online to us. Good. And make sure nobody's playing around at Eagle. That's Denver. I gotta find myself. Where am I here? Well, there I am. Boy, that big blob, man. Wow. Hope that doesn't turn for St. Louis. All right, coming to the end here, folks. Final checks. All right. Will the aircraft pass its exam? Takeoff config check. It did. All right. Eagle traffic, American 1341. I'll be ready at the end. All right, we're going downhill here, folks. I think I remember that on the approach, how this was. I'm going to tell you, there's an approach I want to try now. Got to catch it on the right days. It's one in St. Louis here. I want to see. I mean, X-Plane has really captured the slope. I want to see if they captured it here in St. Louis. Runway 11 has a slope to it. Very pronounced slope when you look at it from the interstate. Probably about like this, except about 3/4 of the runway. And I may have to remove the scenery I have. It's actually the only scenery I've added. All right, we're at the end. Do a quick run here. Okay, they're good. And Eagle traffic, American 1341 departing 25. Okay, lights on. Cabin ready, landing lights on. So imagine seeing this slope, folks, for about, let's see, that's a 9,000 foot runway, 10,000 foot. So about 7,000 feet up, away. That's pretty impressive. Didn't know Lambert had, I mean, I know they have slopes, but it's usually out in the approach field, not the actual runways. All right, we are set. And we're going flex on this, right? Okay, folks, speeds 131, 136, 139, flexing 47, pushing the power in as she starts rolling backwards. Flexing. $80 knots. D1, rotate. Positive rate, not yet. There we go, positive rate, gear up. Dang, the flight director's already got us in a turn. I better start. I want to give this one to Otto. All right, folks, we are on our way. Let's make sure we got a timer running. And up we go, folks. Hope you're enjoying. If you are, I would love for you to smash that follow button. It's a free item. Just costs you an email that you know that we're going to be live, just like old Fly Guy did about 30 minutes ago. All right, de-arm the flaps. How we doing speed tape wise? Nope, not yet. All right, and if you're on YouTube catching this a few days later, I'd love for you to smash subscribe and hit that little bell there so you get notified when we release new videos. Most of them are just replays of what we did live. Down in the notes of the YouTube videos, you'll find a link to our Twitch page, which will have a flight schedule for that week, and you can see when we're going to be flying, so you can join in if you'd like. All right, so we're climbing away now pretty steep, holding that 220 in this climb. There's 10,000. All right, we're climbing away, folks. All right, so now we're going to go. Actually, I'm going to leave them like this. We got about 100 miles to go to top a climb. So I hope again, like I said, you enjoyed. Let's see here. Wow, they really hold back on the speeds here, don't they, folks, to get that maximum climb out of them? All right, I'm going to go ahead and start moving my distancing out. Let's get the terrain radar on over here. And come down here, turn the radar on. Okay. And just double check that I didn't miss anything. So we don't need engine ice. Altimeters are set. Altitude set to cruise. And we got our landing lights off. We're approaching actually transition. So we're just now accelerating to our cruise climb speeds that we would normally do outside of high terrain. And there's the airport. All right, let's set standard, and there you go, folks. We're up and going. And you can see RUBAY, the end of the SID, right at about 30 miles out. All right, folks, I'm just gonna sit here on the side as we climb out. I'll be monitoring chat. I'd love to hear from y'all. Hope you, again, have a great Tuesday. And like I said, I'm right here, folks. Feel free to chat away. And we'll continue our run down to DFW. Well, let's see here. Old Fly Guy 7 to the clouds are coming along. Yes, they are. They are looking really good now. I'm actually waiting for X-Plane 1205 to release, or how's it go? Anyway, the release 5 to come out. So it says it's out, but it hasn't triggered on my end. So hopefully it will here soon. General release 5, not the betas. So but yeah, yeah, they've got some work. I mean, don't get me wrong, but again, for right out of the box, folks, that's not bad. And I do need, there was what, yeah, 05R has not triggered on my end yet, and I don't know what it takes. I know you got to do something.
Dive.
Hawker 125's in the room, folks. Duck and cover.
Dive.
But yeah, I don't know what it takes to get the general release to trigger in mine. It still hasn't. So, well, it'll come when it decides to. Probably when they're at 8 or 9. You know, hey, close. So hope things are well over there, Hawker, at the corn patch. Hope things are getting all nice, and you've got your camera tripod set up so you can take pictures of all the airplanes coming in for the air show. That or you're going to get a lot of steps in, running from the office out to the flight line, back into the office, out to the flight line, back into the office, and so forth. Actually, it doesn't really look like a lot of aircraft coming, so having some interesting ones. I'm kind of curious how they're going to park them the way they show them, but I don't know if I want to battle the people for that, so I'm still kind of flipping the coin if I'm going to go to the air show. Haven't heard the Blue Angels fly by yet. Not sure if they're even here yet. Back to the grind already. Well, you enjoy the day. Have fun, Hawker. Pace yourself going back and forth to the taxiway. Have a good one, Hawker. So, yeah, kind of keep waiting to hear I figured the Blue Angels would make an appearance by now, but hey, maybe they're taking a couple days off before they show up here in St. Louis. Scott Air Force Base, to be exact. I'm nearby. Yeah, I'm out here by Scott Air Force Base. Matter of fact, right on the final approach course. I think it's a 3 to 4 mile final for 3-2 left. Right over the house when they come. Unless they chicken them out and make them cut in early. So yeah, and that's the other reason I'm debating whether I'm going to go play in the crowds or just sit out on the walk that's right behind us and just watch it all from here. Although I got to talk to whoever put those trees up between me and the Air Force Base. I can't see the runway. Got to get those knocked down. All right, we are. Let's see where Sim Toolkit's got us at. And we're almost due east of Pueblo, Colorado. Let's see what we can see. Let's go back out. Oop, wrong nose. There we go. Yeah, right over in there somewhere. Haziness will keep us from seeing Pueblo, but yeah, it's over in that direction. An old PMDG eye candy piece here. You could move the sunshades up. They never worked though in Century of Flight and FSX. Now they may today, but back then they didn't work. It was just eye candy. Looks like be interesting to fly this flight today to see if that line of clouds ends just like that. But I will say this. At first, I wasn't sure what I was looking at. Oh, West Tennessee, the land that time forgot. Ah, yes. Been through that state numerous times when I used to drive the semi. But the one thing here I do like about these clouds is the shadowing on the ground below. At first, I'm like, what the heck is that? It took me a few seconds to realize what it was. Not the greatest, don't get me wrong, not the greatest, but it's better than nothing. So, but yeah, I mean, it is coming along. I mean, not a bad release. Came out pretty decent. And a lot of great aircraft in it. That Citation 10 is unbelievable, folks. I love that. Is a fun plane to fly when I do. Waiting for the release of, for me, General 5 or 5, so I get the new Airbus FMC, or so I've heard, and see how that looks and works. So, a lot of great things coming, folks. And a lot of great aircraft out there for X-Plane 10. Hawker 125, who we talked with a few moments ago, has the C-17 from Vertivia. What I saw, I have not downloaded. It's free. And I think that's what I did in the flight sim world way back when I was choosing, and I can't think what the other company was between it and the other one, and I chose the other one and also went, this sucks. So they just can't really seem to come out with a good one. I mean, it's great that it's there. The performance seems good. Try downloading a new X-Plane installer. Oh, okay. Got to make sure I find my code before I do that. So, You know, and the funny thing is, what you're saying there, old fly guy, I would almost 100% believe I had the beta checkbox off or checked on my initial, and those stopped too long ago. So maybe that's what I got to do. I just don't want to have to reload everything if that's what it comes to. Oh, there's no reload involved. The install. Interesting. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on just a second, folks. I'll be right back. I gotta check something here with the CEO. All right, I just wanted to check. I wanted to bring up my... Oh, hang on. This ain't going to work. Hang on. Let me turn this down. There we go. Brought my laptop up and listening to myself. I went, this ain't going to work very well. There we go. That way I can just see how things are sounding on the stream that you all are hearing. Watch when the commercials fire and all of that good stuff. So, anyway... I'm gonna have to look into that, old fly guy. Yeah, if that's all I got to do, I guess what you just get it downloaded and then copy paste into the X-Plane folder. That's something I've never heard of doing without having to run it. So Interesting. All right, so we are standing at an hour, and you know the nice thing I can do here, folks, is put this in full screen. And we got about an hour to go, folks. So we're flying on down there. The big old D. Huh. Okay. I'll have to look into that. That's kind of weird. You run an installer and it doesn't overwrite things and make you have to reload. That's interesting. All right, and that shows my computer ability, even though I work for several computer companies. All right, folks, so we're looking at 53 minutes out of the Big D. Let's take a look outside the plane one more time. Sounds kind of loud. Get that worked out a little bit here. Let me see if I can do the same thing that I do in A320. Sounds. Uh-oh. What's coming? Oh, here's the air show lineup, so I know how to make sure that if I do go to the air show that I go first thing in the morning so I can get back and watch it from here. Wow, something's missing. Huh, cool. I thought they got rid of the C1. Folks, correct me. Oh, wait a minute. I missed something in the, hang on. Let me get rid of my, I see, I got distracted here, folks. Yeah, you know, I have noticed that coming from better part of 20 years of Microsoft products, not Microsoft 2020. I did never install that, folks, so I can't speak for that one. But all from there back, and I did not get prepared, so I can't speak on that one either. But FSX and back, so, you know, this whole new install thing that they do in X-Plane, this is sounding pretty interesting. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. We'll have to try that out. I would suggest not doing that probably while the stream is running. Or not the stream, but the sim. Oh, but anyway, we'll get that release 5 in there. 5 release, whatever they want to call it, and see what we can see. Because I'm sure the stuff Zebo's doing, the stuff ToLiss is doing, Feeless that I have, even Flight Factor, that all helps everything because that's what they're working from, the latest and greatest stuff. So, yeah, we'll just have to see what we can do here. All right, let me get caught up here on the chat window. right. Okay, what I'm going to do is hop. You know what? That's actually not bad. Let me see how that sounds here real quick. And we're going to take it down a little more. Okay, I think that's a good. Yeah, I think bring it up just a smidge. "3D sound fading." I want to read up on that. I want to put that on. Okay, that ought to work. All right. So let's turn our attention. So you've had all of the flight sims except for X. Okay. And MSFs. Oh, so you've actually had the Microsoft Flight Sim. You know, I love the eye candy in it. I love the way it looks. I just watching what some streamers put on just turned me off so quickly of how it did not fly well. I'm sure after what have been 3+ years, all of that's improved, but for the amount of money and that, I just went, and I'm a flyover, you know, folks, I don't fly down, as you all know, very often in GA, so I don't get down in the muck to where seeing that is all that important. I mean, all I see it is on approach and departure, and then we're above it all. So that's a lot of money just for that. So that's why I kind of stayed away. There's other reasons with the way Microsoft handled employees and all, but we're not getting into that. So you mentioned Flight Sim FSX. I know a lot of people hated that, including this guy right here. But once I got a computer, and that's the thing, folks, is get the right components to the computer, which at the time Microsoft had no idea what it needed. That's the problem. Because once we got, it was what, 8 years, 10 years before 2020 came out, maybe even been longer than that. So all of those generations of things coming up improved the sim, but nobody knew that before. That you needed stuff 12 years ahead of time to make it run good. But when it did, boy, I loved it, folks. Just needed, a lot of streamers say, you needed the Orbix, you needed this, you needed that to help make the scenery a little more appetizing. But once we got past that part, folks, it was okay. It's just getting to there was rough. So all right, so I promised it. Let's do it real quick because we're going to probably be right on top of descent here. Yeah, no, we're equal time point. Oh, we got 200 to go. All right, so let's talk the arrival here, folks, okay? And well, since I don't have it really prepared yet for Sim Toolkit, I'm just gonna do it. Well, I can do it real quick here. No, this will work fine. Victory. All right. we bring in charts. All right, so there you have it, folks. Charts is up. And I'll hang tight here for about 30, 2, 1. All right, we should be back, folks. Welcome back from the break. It's kind of nice having this live view here so I see what you all are seeing. Got charts up here. Let's talk the arrival. All right, let me hide this. All right, so we're going to be flying the I call it the Victory 2 arrival, RNAV, into DFW. Okay, we're going to come in MDANO, sorry, and fly that in. Currently, it's going to throw some toolkit up here real quick. Ooh, DFW doesn't have theirs up now. All right, winds in DFW. You know what? You all can see this too, real quick. Dink. All right, there's the current weather. 180 at 16. Obviously, that means south operations. The ceiling at the airport right now is broken at 25,000. The scattered layer of clouds is just that, folks. That's not a level of what we would call a ceiling that we have to worry about on our way in. Although this makes me wonder, scattered variable broken. But anyway, it says scattered. In my world, when I flew, that meant I could fly. Well, no, because it's, well, yeah, scattered I could. 10 miles of visibility, so we're good. No minimum issues to worry about. All right. So as we look at the chart across the top, now DATIS, folks, if you go to this website that I'm going to put up here for you, click that website, click select facility in the upper left-hand corner, select DFW, and you're getting the real world ATIS at that time that's on it. And folks, that's what the pilots are going off of. So then we have our regional approach, then our airfield elevation, obviously, then some requirements. Obviously, the transition level is 18,000. This is only for turbojet aircraft. We should expect the ILS or localizer 18 right. So it looks like we're going to be going to the D concourse. I'm not taxiing to C. Although that add about an hour to my taxi. No, just kidding. And then you can see the other things here. All right, so we're going to come in over MDANO down to Belfer. Now, Belfer, we got to be between 24 and 30,000 feet at 290 knots. Hull, 23,000 or above, 290. And then Letton, Zebov, and you can see the requirements here to Victory, which will be 10 to 11,250 knots. Folks, there is a really good video out there, if you ever want to watch it, of New York approach and JetBlue kind of button heads a little bit over speeds. So kind of fun. It says at 250, not at your leisure, but at 250. So you don't get to say 220. Now I do 240 only for this reason. Many airlines out there might gig you for flying above 250 as the aircraft speeds up, then it slows back down. So I'll put it to 240 so it keeps it under that, umbrella. That's pretty much it, folks. If it tells me a speed, I try to hit it as best I can. From Victory, we go to Z-Man, then over here to FAP, and that's 230, 5,000 feet. Okay, and then we're going to be vectored onto the ILS 18 right. Pretty simple stuff, folks. ILS 18 right. Again, there's our DATIS, our regional. Here's our different towers, different grounds depending where you are on the airfield. Localizer 111.9. We don't have to set that on here, but we will check it. It's one of those. This is an aircraft it automatically sets. Final approach course 176. Netty is just about 8 miles away, and we got to be at 2,400 feet on the glide path. Our decision altitude is 807 feet above sea level. Now I say it that way because I get a little where it gets it sounds complicated. So it's 807 feet in bold will mean above sea level. In the parentheses, the 200, that is 200 feet above the ground. Now what's the difference? Really nothing. We're both 200 feet. We'll both end up 200 feet above the ground. It's just the bold is reading your altimeter here. When you set that to whatever the airport's altimeter is, that's what you're showing here. So at 807 feet, the radar altimeter here should be about 200. So you're really the same level, just the way you're reading it. And you'll see more when you set up the McDo for this. And then here's your airport and touchdown. See, there's the 200-foot difference. There's your missed approach. Over to likes. Requirements here. As with most folks, the visual glide path versus the ILS glide path might not match up. Once you're committed to the visual portion, whatever the pappies say is what we do. Or in my case, try to do. Simultaneous approaches in the real world, VATSIM can happen, doesn't happen often. Okay, here's the routing. Eichel with a 1, which I'm looking, oh, here it is. No, that's 2. Where's 1 at? I hate this. Oh, there it is. Radar required. Okay. But anyway, then Johan, Legra, Netty, 2.4, and in. And you got an inner marker, outer marker, obviously. Okay, 4,000 at Eichel, down to 3, down to 2,400. Netty, when you see what I call the treasure chest, or the treasure map X marks the spot, that's when you got to be on glide path too. All right, today we're going to be right about where this line is, 130 knots for approach. Okay, so we kind of have to guesstimate between these. I'm going to go at about 700 feet a minute. Now what I'm doing here is going to be guesstimating our glide slope. So as long as we're reading as close as we can to 700 feet a minute, we're about a 3-degree glide path, which is good. Because when we cross Netty to the missed approach point, it's going to be, again, we got to guesstimate here, about 2 minutes. I'm going to call it 2 minutes and 30. I mean, you'd have to get it broke down. We'll call it 2 minutes, 30 seconds. And if I don't see the runway at that point, if we're flying the glide slope on our own, then we go around. Today, we should see it. Okay, we've got a full ALSEF 2 approach lighting with pappies on the left. Got to be careful. Oh, no, we don't. Yeah, we actually do, because there are pappies for 18 left, or, yeah, left, and we got to be careful we don't follow. But I think they're going to be pretty close to the same. There's the missed approach again. There's our minimums again. Now, if the visibility on the METAR is RVR of 18 or less, or 3/8 of a mile or less, we can't even come in under Cat 1 rules. So we open up the book to the next page, Cat 2, and come in then. But then it also tells you if you don't have lights, center line lights, approach lights, what everything turns into. Okay, that's our charts, folks. All right, let's head over here. As we did with this, let's do with the landing. Okay, it looks like we're working off the current METAR. All right, so 118 at 6, temperature 29, barometric pressure 299 or 1. We are working with a dry runway. Any ice can stay off, and we've got a 13,000 foot runway. What will determine what we'll set those brakes to, folks? Literally comes down to where do I want to get off at to get to my gate. You know, if I want, and how hard do I want to force the people into their seatbelts and up against the seats as we brake hard. So I'm going to go low for now. Reversers on. Okay, so this is all pretty good for me, folks. Compute. We need 5,000 feet of that runway, meaning we're leaving 8,000 feet. So we're talking probably Whiskey Kilo where we'll be able to get off, or this high speed here or here. And then, like I said, I'm aiming for this section of the D concourse because I'm not going and so just not going to do it. All right, so we got our numbers here. That looks pretty good to me. 133 on the approach. Let me look here. Scattered. This part I don't get scattered. I'm guessing V meaning occasionally broken, so that 3,000 could trip to a broken layer, but again, it's not up here in the meat of the METAR. So, all right, folks, and there you go. That is our arrival brief for now. We see how far out we are. Coming up on 96 miles. Awesome. All right, so 93 miles out. Let's go ahead and fill in the data. Oh, I did it. You know, I do it every time, folks. Oh, wow. I wandered into him. Okay, hang on. I was going to look to see if he was up to connect in that way, but 175. $135.
455. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 360 for vectors and then direct rust. So fly heading 180.
So you want us to make the right turn or the left turn to 180?
Right turn to 180, and then you can expect 270 and then direct rust, and that'll put you with separation behind the traffic.
Okay, right 180. We'll wait for further. Flight 455.
Center, American 1341 with you, flight level 370.
American 1341, Fort Worth Center, squawk 6520, United.
6520 for American 1341, identing.
At Fort Worth Southwest 2068, ready to go. 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, 2 people talking at once. I heard a Southwest ready to go. Stand by at Oak City. I'll get you in just a second. The person that's stepping out, let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're back. Break, American 1341. Your radar contact 58 miles west of Burns Flat, BOR.
Okay, don't think I need
Flight
to.
455, flight heading 270.
270 for flight 455.
180.
Plus 2895, runway 17 left, clear for takeoff. Winds 160 at 15, gusting 19er.
All right, now remember in the charts, folks, I told you about the bold above sea level. I use it's actually mean sea level. I get it. And I use that language because it really helps here.
I know he's going to hold the position so you can take off.
Just want to make sure.
Above sea level,
Plus
you would put
2068, runway
here
17 right, last
mean
flight.
sea level. The M is what I focus on.
Line up and wait, runway 17
So
right.
807 or 200,
Flight
and folks, it'll
455,
go
proceed
off
right
at the same
Back
time.
cross. Oh, flight 455.
Let's do the 807.
Dallas Center, UPS 602 Heavy on the ground at Dallas.
And by the way, you
within
cannot
Virginia,
put
taxi
both
18
in.
right.
Okay, so we're looking at a
UPS
VAP here
602
of
Heavy, runway 17,
129.
correction, runway 18 left, taxi via Charlie 9, Charlie, Yankee, Hotel, Whiskey Foxtrot, cross runways 18 right and 18 left at Yankee, the altimeter 29901.
18 left at Charlie 9, or taxi via Charlie 9,
Oh.
Charlie Yankee, Hotel, Whiskey Foxtrot, cross 18 right and left at Yankee. Center UPS 602 Heavy, we were given 18 right by the previous controller, and if it's possible, I'd like to keep 18 right just to keep trying to reprogram things.
I'm sorry, I thought he said 18 left. Alright, stand by, let me zoom back in on DFW, I'll get you a new taxi route.
Thank you.
What do we got here?
Yeah, 602 with your weight, are you able to take intersection departure from Yankee, or do you need the full length?
We'll go heavy today. Can we go full one?
UPS 602, roger, runway 18 left, taxi via Charlie 9, Charlie, Yankee, Echo, Whiskey Romeo, or correction, Whiskey Foxtrot, cross runway 18 right at Yankee.
Alright, 18 left via Charlie 9, Charlie, Yankee, Hotel, Whiskey Foxtrot, crossway 18 right at Yankee. UPS 602 Heavy.
Fort Worth Center, American 2156, we're back.
2156, welcome back.
All right, so we need Belfer 20. Oh. All right, so we're having our 3 o'clock meltdown of the internet. And yeah, we just, yep, everything just went. All right, well, good thing is, folks, I can tell you this much. Once this will be on YouTube, so you won't miss out here. So you guys on YouTube get to see it without interruption. I'm sorry, Twitch guys, but my internet company just loves to just say, you know what, screw you all, and at 3 o'clock we're going to shut your internet down and bring it back up. So sorry, Twitch folks, but that's how it is. Because it's just almost a daily thing now. So, all right, for the Twitch folks that might be coming back on at this point, my apologies to you. You can thank Spectrum Cable. They do this every day, almost to the T at 3 o'clock. Shut us down, saying to heck with you. You will comply with us, and yeah. So it's kind of gotten really aggravating, you can see, to me. But you know what? They don't really care because there ain't anyone else in town to tell them to go somewhere. All right, well, old fly guy, if you're still back with us, hey, thanks. Get some dinner, enjoy, and bring it in. But yeah, folks, I do not recommend Spectrum, but of course the cable companies have us by the you know what. So, they don't have to have good service. All right, folks, so we're continuing on. All right, well, let's switch gears, folks, and let's just get away from talking about the cable company that upsets us the most. I'm going to stay off VATSIM because I don't know if it's going to happen again, which kind of irritates me because we can't get an honest cable company anymore in this country. So, all right, so Madonna is ahead of us, and we'll begin our descent here shortly. All right, folks. I think I've cooled down from having... Oh, I wish I could get rid of this cable company. All right, so we are... All right, going through the checklist here. Landing elevation is auto. Oh, my wife is being gutsy because AT&T sucks too out here. Anyway, so we got landing elevation auto. The McDo arrival is set. And performance is set. Top of descent winds are set. 20 miles out. We'll set our descent to double check here, folks. And again, welcome back. Anyone with Twitch, my apologies. We are in the process of trying to figure out why Charter sucks so much. I mean Spectrum. But we have nobody to call, so they don't care. All right, so flight level 24, what we'll set for, so we don't drop below that. Down we go. Oh, wait, I just went into an open descent. There we go, managed. All right, so we are starting down. Final checks here. Okay, and we're looking good speed. And all right, we are on profile for the moment. Now, where we run into trouble, especially with these sharklets, is getting to speed and getting it to slow and come down at the same time. It just, oh, well, the last was a kind of a steeper approach. Boy, it's been tough here lately. I'm hoping to get a good landing out of this one today. So, all right, folks, and if you don't mind, I'm going to kill the music right now so we can get in here and see with as best we can. And I do welcome back the Twitch folks that came back after that lovely drop our internet did for us for the little take it down, take it right back up, so everybody has to reset. And it happens every day at the same time, and we're in the process of explaining it to them that you make a better network than this Spectrum. So actually the CEO is taking, because she actually it's more important for. Yes, for me it's great, you know, but for her it's her job. And we actually pay more to get more out of the internet speed so that she can do her job at work. So, but welcome back. And like I said, if that happens again, and it's been notorious to happen again, we are recording, so this will end up on YouTube, and guess what? It won't be interrupted. So, all right, so we are coming up to our first fix, which is Belfer. We got to be at 290 and between 24,000 and 30,000. So as I'm looking here, we're going to be at Hull. I'm going to set for 23. And we're going to try to maintain this and see how it works. All right, sorry about that, folks. Got the report, and as usual, it's never, ever the cable company's problem. It's my problem. I got news for you, cable companies. Got news for you all in the customer service world. It is your problem. 'Cause I used to work in it. Get off your lazy ass and do your job. All right, sorry for that, folks. I'm just tired of this crap customer service that's all of a sudden now the norm. It just irritates the snot out of me. Will my little voice change anything? Yeah, right. They don't care. It's more like, oh, I'm sorry, did we disturb you from your nap time? All right, so let's get some speed brakes out here. All right, while we're doing that, let's take a look. So we come across the Texas-Oklahoma Prairie. All right, folks, for you on YouTube, you get to continue enjoying this. Unfortunately, our OBS system has disconnected again, and hopefully we'll regain our OBS folks here shortly. So hopefully here in the next few seconds, they'll be back with us. But remember, it's a modem issue, not their precious system can't ever go down. All right, let me get these speed brakes back in. And let's head down to the next level. Hull Letton is 17,000. I actually may have to take over the speed because we're supposed to be at 290. All right, so between 19 and 17. All right, so let me. And then we'll set for the next one and so forth down. Welcome back, Twitch folks. My apologies for this going this way. Our cable company is having a temper tantrum right now. And will not admit it's their faulty equipment. So I wish I could say don't get Spectrum, folks, but unfortunately they have a monopoly, which they're allowed to have and no other company is. All right. Yeah, sorry this has kind of turned sour here, folks. They just really have been aggravating us big time. All right, so we're coming through 19,000. Try this again. What did it? Well, I know why it didn't. Okay, there we go. All right, so we stand at about about 12 minutes out, getting ready to hit transition. Now, one thing I've always wondered, with most of the Boeings, folks, you can set the altimeter you want to when you come out of standard. settings on your newer Boeings. I can't figure out how to do that in the Airbus, because we're right now 2991, which actually isn't going to be tough, but you know, sometimes well, see, there it was actually. There we go. Okay, so we just crossed Letton. Let's look at Zebov down to 13. See what it calculates. Ooh, definitely got to steepen that. Oh my gosh, it disconnected again, folks. Holy mackerel. Well, this is going to be fun for you guys in OBS world or in the Twitch world, because there's going to be about 4 or 5 videos of this once it's all said and done. This is literally ridiculous. Compliments of Spectrum. So if you have a choice in your world, I would choose someone else. Most of us do not. All right, since we're on our own now, I am going to go ahead and cancel this by simply hitting clear, clear, and insert. So what that'll do is put us direct once we get to the initial for the ILS. Okay, folks, so coming up to Zubov, and we're inside the 16 to 13, so we're going to set 10,000 now. Steepen up just a smidge more. And then head on in. So all right, so now I'm having an OBS issue for Twitch, which that's not unusual, because this will be the 6th time it's disconnected and reconnected. So again, I really apologize to my Twitch users. It's really, because every time it comes back, it's going to pop out commercials. Just really sad how OBS works with Spectrum. All right, so we'll just keep going. Try to keep this as positive as possible, and I do apologize, folks, for all of this interruptions here. So Victory is up 10,000 to 11 at 250, and then we have Z-Man 7,000 to 9,000 at 250. Go ahead and set 250 up here. Pop the speed brakes. And then 5,000 is what I'll probably, we'll see how this works out. All right, but the clouds are looking good. I'm just trying to get myself out of the focus of OBS because it's really annoying as heck right now. All right, so we're coming over Victory right now at 250, so we can kill the brakes. And let's go ahead and go for 7,000. All right, so getting ready to set up for the runway. Let's, you know what? I'm going to go ahead, hit perf. Oh, we're already set up. Okay. Oh, no, we're not. There we go. Connect. And, I'm sorry, connect. Oh, mine's stuck on this internet issue. And we're going to set for 5,000 now. And 240. 230, my bad. Okay, and also at the same time, let's look at NavRad or RadNav. We're set up 1190. IVYN, and its front course is 177. Looks good. Back to perf. All right, we're coming across here. We'll be at 5,000 here shortly. Looks like we're going to make it right on course. And then we'll join the localizer. So, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this. I do apologize here for the last 20, 30 minutes of horrible internet connections, horrible service, customer service from our Spectrum cable company, and hopefully things are better for you all. So and of course we always have the horrible crap out of OBS. So okay, so we're still looking at the same altimeter, and right, here we go. So, down to 4,000. All right, so we should be getting, oh, we need to turn to LS. Let's do this real quick. I always forget to do that on climb out. Everything's right there. I just wanted to make sure we were good to pick it up. All right, auto brakes, we're going to go, we said low, brake fans on. Technically, I could throw in the first notch of flaps. We'll hold off on that till we start slowing down for the arrival. And hopefully we're going to get there's the ILS. Okay. And that's the reason, folks, we stayed off of VATSIM, so that these connectivity issues wouldn't give him a heart attack trying to sequence an airplane going up and down, up and down. So, oh, my battery is running low on my laptop. Oh, no. Oh, no. There we go. There we go. All right. So we are now 16 miles out. What I'm going to begin doing is slowing to 200, actually 180. Because what I want to do is use straight and level flight as much as possible. We pass this green dot right here, folks. That's when I will bring on the, there we go, first notch of flaps. And make the call to the people in the back. Okay, and all right. Now I'm going to set 130 or 140. Okay, flaps 2. Armin, actually, I'm going to go ahead and use the speed brakes to help get us down to speed. Now we'll arm the brakes. All right, let's see how this goes today, folks. We've got her down to the speeds. Again, we're looking for 130 to 133. Everything's ready. Spoilers arm, brakes set to low. Speed brakes armed, seatbelts on, and gears down. 3 green. All right, Dallas traffic, American 1341. We are an 8-mile final. 18 right. And we got about a 149 wind. Metar said 180, so yeah, we've definitely getting that, folks. But again, for those of you who have braved the OBS nightmare and Spectrum nightmare, look ahead. We have Dallas-Fort Worth ahead of us. So, all right, we're going to set 135. And full flaps, and flaps are full. And you know what? As we've done in past, let's do it again. It looks like we got about a 149 wind now, so we're getting kicked around a little this way. Okay. See if we can't smooth out a little bit. We'll go back on. Thing with the Airbus, folks, you don't move the throttles until you're ready at the flare. Now you can if you see you're starting to really speed up. Getting really high here. There we go. Coming back down. Seems to be doing a lot better. Maybe
100 above.
actually visually we're looking good for the runway, so but except for the fact
Minimum.
stable.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Little long on the landing. I think this is where we forecasted to come off. I'm gonna go ahead and whoa. I hate this. Alright, so we're on the ground and gonna be exiting at Echo 4. Really would love to find some good responsive curves to put in here to ease up my rudder pedal, not my rudder pedals, my flight stick here that you twist. Man, it's really touchy on the ground here. All right, so let's clean up. Hey, we did it in one approach, folks. How about that? Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. And OBS is really a pain in the rump right now. So, right, crossing 18 left. And what I'm going to do, folks, I'm just going to head to where we started the Odyssey up to Eagle a couple weeks ago. Just parked there because I don't know how many more times it's going to disconnect on us. I can't even imagine how many VODs are going to be out there on Twitch for this. This has really been unreal. Between Spectrum and OBS, yeah, this has been horrible. All right, so we'll just kind of ease on down here to like Delta something, because Delta 2 is actually over in here, which is a modeled. So I think it's Delta 2. All right, so let's kind of ease into that one right there. I like to get the lights off. And again, thank you so much for those that stuck it out through all of the connectivity and OBS issues. We sure appreciate you. Thank you so much. We are in the blocks. Let's get the shutdown procedure going, and we'll do our best here, see what we can pull off. So we got our landing lights, engine modes are normal, flaps are retracted, APU ready to go. Just not started. Okay, and terrain's off. Radar is going to have to get turned off. Of course not. Of course not. Let's do that. Okay. And we'll go to 2000 here. Turn this up here. And here, because... All right, and brake temperatures. Let's check those real quick. Things looking good, folks. About to get available, so we'll go on the bleed. Actually, you know what? Let's do it per engine. Let's see. Oh, they say shut them both. Well, we'll do them one at a time. Okay, and turn off lights, nose, beacons. We can turn the beacon off. And APU bleed is on, generators on. Elapsed time, stop. 2 hours. All right, folks. And there you go, folks. We're in the blocks. Go ahead and get the jetway up to the airplane. Doors are opening, and folks, we are in Dallas. Again, thank you for sticking with us, folks. I know it has been a massive challenge here. Not 100% sure what happened here. Hang on a second, folks. Here, there we go. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Quite a few VODs. So if you're on Twitch and you want to watch them all, you'll be able to see the whole flight for the most part. There'll be gaps. Or, you know, what I recommend, folks, if you're on Twitch, head over to YouTube. So, oh, come on. Really? Oh, I tell you. Oh, aggravation beyond belief here with this computer. Really? Oh, man. Jeez. Yeah, it's going to be this kind of a ending to the sim. I'm just trying to get... Oh, hey, thank you, Twitch, for bringing that, or sim stream elements. Thank you for bringing that up. Go to that link there, folks, for YouTube. Oh, it actually did go out. I did that. Okay. And you can see this in its entirety. Oh, my goodness. Let me file the PIREP. And all right, so hang on here. I just want to see what how my PIREPs did, and I'm sure I'm going to have to log back in because of all the bouncing. Oh my goodness, I'm shocked. It got accepted. Hallelujah. What did we do? 168 feet a minute. You know, going from 500 feet a minute, folks, to which is a reject with the airline, to that, I feel that makes me happy after this flight. Thank you, Lord. Praise Jesus. All right. So here we are, folks. Let's pull up Sim Toolkit as long as we've got the internet. And let's see how we did. Okay, hang on a second here. Everything I do over here in OBS seems to put it into a non-responsive mode. Yep. So may or may not be able to see this. There we go. Now watch it go away. It'd be my luck. All right, folks. I'm going to go ahead and kill some things. Maybe that'll help. Hang on. Flights, unload. And delete. Yeah, I find sometimes I do that. That seems to help things out. Why in the world? I have no idea, but it seems to. But anyway, folks, here's Sim Toolkit. You know what? There we go. Let's finish the flight. Now, Sim Toolkit put us at 366, so I don't know what American recorded, because I know it did bounce a little bit on the runway. Not much. I mean, it felt like it just lifted up a little and back down. So maybe it caught one of those. I don't know. I'll take it. 168 Virtual American put us at. Thank you, guys. Actually, I know why it's not showing American here, folks, is I don't think I have this aircraft loaded in my fleet. All right. So here's our flight. Here's our view details. And as you can see, not bad, a little slow. That is part of our problem there. We got a little slow. So come on. But overall, again, we're coming in this way. So your thresholds here, we landed 2,000 feet down the runway, pretty much right on the center line. So with a crosswind like we had, folks, I'm happy with it. And I think we got off like right, no, I'm off right about here. Then we did that little side step to come in. By the way, what I was talking about is there's those D gates where this flight, when we went up to Eagle, originated. They just not modeled when they set up the sim here. All right, so a really good flight, folks. You can see some of the others we've flown since here on the log. They haven't been streamed. This was my last streamed flight here. So, and that was so. All right, folks, let me close this out. I am wondering if I should even try this. Hanging on, I'm seeing how the system's reacting here. You know what, folks? Let's just do this. I think this is going to be one of those where I am going to just call it a day here. I'm not even going to try to rewind it. Well, you know what? We are. We just go ahead and close things up. All right, let's give it a try. What the heck, folks? Yeah, it's been a very trying flight, so was doing really good there, and then the 3 o'clock nightmare happened with Spectrum. All right, so here we go. All right, so we're gonna let's go from here, folks. See how it looked. Now let's try that again. That was not the music that was supposed to start. Actually, no, I'm going to try something different. Hawker liked this song, so let's do it. You know what? Let's just watch it from a different view. Looks like a good landing. I think Sim Toolkit was more accurate, but still. Hey, I'm going to take the 168 anytime I can get it from American Virtual, or Virtual American. And folks, this is why I like the CFM engines. Care that it's made by GE or Pratt. I just like how the reversers work on this one. Oh yeah, that was a pretty hard landing. I just like that. Sorry, folks. Little cheesy like that. Alright, so, well, we are going to get ready to call this here, folks. We're still having lots of issues, so, folks, I want to thank you on YouTube, especially since you're pretty much the only ones on right now. Thank you so much for being a part of the stream. Hopefully our Twitch folks will return. Folks, it's been a pleasure flying from Vail, Colorado, over to Dallas, Fort Worth. So I hope you all have a great week, and we'll just kind of, I wanted to take a look at the tower view on this one. Whoa. Just do this real quick. There we go. Last time. Welcome back, Twitch folks. Thank you for hanging in there. We're getting ready to wrap up. So, as I was telling YouTube, there ain't a lot we can say about this, but other than it is what it is. Let me come out of this, put us back in the gate, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Let me reopen some stuff here. All right, and oh, I know what I wanted to do. Put the chocks on. There we go. Again, folks, I want to thank you so much for being a part. It has been one whale of a... Not even sure the words to use here, how horrible this has been. So, I am going to seek... can't even seek relief from another streamer and hand this off to it. So, folks, God bless you all for hanging in there with us. Hit follow if you liked what you saw in one of the VODs that are out there. I'm sure there's about a million of them. Thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike and putting up with me and putting up with all the problems. God bless you. We'll see you next time.